What's up, Ghosts and Ghouls? It's the one, the only, JT Ripper, and I'm here with
Todd of Thunder.
And we have a special guest today joining us once again, the mistress of the monsters, the mom, Lana.
What's up, guys?
We are at day 30 of 31 horror movies for 31 days of October. Holy moly.
All Hallows Eve.
All Hallows Eve. And I don't know what other way to kick it off with other than probably one of the better, I ain't gonna say best Disney because we said Nightmare Before Christmas was the best. But Hocus Pocus is the best live action Disney movie.
Yes.
That is safe to say.
Yep, all the way from 1993.
93.
I was 2 years old.
Yep. Celebrating its 30-year anniversary. It's,
Wow.
Nightmare. That's crazy. Nightmare and Hocus Pocus came out the same year.
Yep.
Holy shoot. Well, I mean,
I remember we were in where was it? Blockbusters back in the day, and there was a thing that you can go in Blockbusters and you could make a homemade video. It's like if you ever got kidnapped.
oh yeah, I remember those videos.
Wow.
You know, you had to hold like a billboard and say it had your shit on there, but they got you to say it too.
Yeah.
I remember I'd done that. All right.
Mm-hmm.
And the only reason I remember it is because you remember Blockbusters used to have the TVs up in the ceiling or whatever. Well, Hocus Pocus was playing. That's why I remember it.
If somebody kidnapped me, they'd give me back. They'd be like, God, this girl's annoying.
Yes.
I just sing,
So
tell dad jokes.
it was 93 when I made that tape. So let's see, 8, 9, I was 5 years old when I made it.
And never been kidnapped since.
No, I had the tape for the longest time. I don't know what happened to it, but I used to watch it and, go back and watch it or whatever. But I do remember Hocus Pocus playing up on one of them TVs.
I was wondering where you were going with that story.
Well, if I still had the video, you could see where I was like distracted. They kept asking me questions, and I just
What's
kept
your name?
looking up.
Binks.
Well, I had the fucking board was this big, and I was like 5, and I had it kind of over my mouth, and they were like, "Speak up," I was like, "How old are you? 6? How old are you? 6?"
Little baby
fucking
Todd.
Fat baby Todd.
No, I was actually skinny. I didn't get fat till I got into middle school.
Yeah.
So,
Same. I'm still fat.
but anyway, how about this Hocus Pocus movie?
This Hocus Pocus, I mean, it's kind of weird to, talk about Hocus Pocus, describing it, because I feel like everybody knows Hocus Pocus.
If you haven't seen it, where have you been?
Yeah, I mean, especially over the past couple years, it's gotten even more popular.
Especially after the second one came out.
Yeah, it's like you see Hocus Pocus stuff just as much. I ain't gonna say if not more than Nightmare Before Christmas, because it's not more than Nightmare Before Christmas, but it's as much
approaching that level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because hell, last October I bought the book, the Hocus Pocus sequel book.
Oh yeah, that's right.
From Target.
I forgot about that.
So people have always, I don't know, in the last couple of years, retro stuff has become more popular. I mean, look, that's why they remake all these classic horror movies, the Halloweens, the Friday 13th, blah, blah, blah. Because all that old shit becomes new again. You can sell it to a brand new audience. And it was only a matter of time. I didn't think we'd ever get a Hocus Pocus sequel, but we actually did. And it was actually a pretty fine movie.
Better than I expected, for sure.
Yeah, definitely better than I think anybody expected. It was enjoyable. And but we're talking about the OG today with Bette Midler and Sarah Jessica Parker, and who was the other woman? She does Peggy's voice on King of the Hill as well.
I didn't know that. Should learn something new today.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah, I am.
Are you?
I am.
Google.
Kathy Najima.
Needham.
I don't know how to say the last name. How do you say that last name?
Needham.
I can't see that far. I'm old. I need glasses. Where is she? Oh. Najimi? No, I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine. N-A-G. Sorry, nope, not G. N-A-J-I-M-Y.
Yeah, she does the voice of Peggy Hill.
Oh.
And she played
Didn't know
in the Sister Act movies with Whoopi Goldberg.
Yes, she did.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you pretty much, you have the three Sanderson sisters. They eat children or suck their...
souls.
The souls.
They suck the souls so they can stay young.
Mm-hmm.
And,
We're young!
Yeah, we're young.
Well, younger.
And they finally get caught. They get hung. They swore to, come back. And then this Virgin Max lights a candle and brings it back.
The black flame
Damn it, Max,
candle.
this is why we can't have nice things.
Yes.
Yeah, so Max just moves to the town. He's from Los Angeles, L.A.,
Yeah.
with his sister Danny, and he meets Allison, who he's got the hots for. So she tells him that her mom who runs the house/museum.
Yeah.
So he decides, let's go, and he doesn't believe in all that, it's just a bunch of hocus pocus bullshit, right?
Right.
So he does, he runs into the Black Cat, which ends up being Binks.
Yeah.
And, he brings the witches back to life, and, now they have to find a way to get rid of the witch.
The witch.
Until
The witches.
the next morning, because once the sunlight comes, it's like the witches are on a mission, and they are on a mission as well. It's like they have to suck the lives out of all the children in Salem.
Yeah.
But Max and them, they're the only ones that kind of know about this, so they have to stop them. And, that little struggle thing. And it's, good little kid movie. Well, I don't know. It seems like everything from back in our day, it's considered kid movies, but, like, it had some balls to it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You get what I'm saying? Like,
Well, it
appeals to
movies-
us as an adult right now.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. Back then, it was made for like the appeal of both.
Yeah.
Like you can watch Hocus Pocus, Ernest Scared Stupid. Like
It appeals to the whole family.
Yeah, it-
Mighty Ducks.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Little Giants.
Yeah. Classics. I think that's
Classics.
the definition of a classic, where you can watch it at whatever age and it still be good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it doesn't insult your intelligence. Like, you don't watch it and you go, this isn't as good as I remember it as a kid.
I think it's fun as an adult to rewatch movies you watched as a kid and appreciate it a little bit more, because you kind of catch some of the adult humor you didn't catch when you were a child.
Yeah, you definitely catch more like.
And Hocus Pocus has
yeah.
some in it. It's pretty, like, my favorite line, when he's like, "Go to hell," and she's like, "I've been there, thank you. I find it quite lovely."
Yeah. Like as a kid, you laughed at it, but as an adult, you're like, "That's pretty funny."
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's freaking hilarious. And the songs in it were great.
Yeah,
They were memorable.
I mean, I Put a Spell on You is like perfect for that movie.
Of course, yeah. And then the little melody that the blonde one, Sarah Jessica Parker's character sings, it's charming, and it's like, it kind of, it's catchy. It gets stuck in your head.
Yeah, you can see how the kids get memorized by that, and it kind of like lures, mesmerize and zombifies them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not to mention that this is about the hottest Jessica has ever looked. After this, she looks like a old banana nose fucking parrot.
What do they call her? Horse face?
Yeah.
Bless her.
Yeah,
I think
she's a pretty hot witch.
I'll be honest with you. Like, for the longest time, like, I didn't put two and two together. I thought they're like her and Hocus Pocus. Like, I was like, no, she's that girl that plays in Hocus Pocus is cute. They're like, nope, same person in Sex and the City. No, I was like, lies, you tell me. Not that witch. I like that witch, not that witch.
It might be the first time where, witch makeup makes somebody look better.
That's actually a really funny point. Normally, it makes them look crazy.
Maybe she turned
The
into
word
a
on the
true
nose.
witch afterwards.
Yeah, and she was designed to be that way, because she's the flirty one in the movie.
The seductive one.
Kind of like the dense, flirty one, But, it's a fun movie. Got, when they steal their brooms and they have to, one gets a mop, one gets a vacuum cleaner.
Oh, God. Of course, the fat one gets a vacuum cleaner.
Yeah. I don't know, man. This movie had it all. I mean, everything you want as a, to see in a spooky movie like that as a kid, they had it,
Yeah.
The
absolutely.
special effects in it were great for the time.
Yeah, it was very minimal special effects, which is rightfully so, because that's the great thing. If you don't have really good special effects, minimize it, use it when you have to and hide it as much as possible. But, Billy.
Yeah, Billy
That's what I was
Butcherson.
Yeah, I mean, practical effect makeup at its best. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah, that was portrayed by a guy named Doug Jones. And he went on to do, like, the Gill Man in the Hellboy movies.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Yeah. And, of course, the talking cat Binks. And that's the great thing about this movie is not just the witches, but there's a whole host of characters that were memorable. You had the two, idiot guys, Ice.
Yeah.
And I can't even remember the long-haired dude's name.
What is his name?
God, I can't remember. But, he called him. He was like, "This is Ernie." He was like, "How many times I told you?" Jay. Yeah, I'm Jay. This is Ernie. How many times I told you? My name ain't Ernie no more. It's Ice. Ice. This is Ice.
Ice, baby.
So, and that dude, it's just funny because I was watching some YouTube videos and I saw that dude at a convention and he looks like the same,
As his character?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, obviously he's older, got a little, gray in his beard, but, it's always fun to see these guys, 20, 30 years later.
Aging gracefully.
Yeah, aging gracefully.
We can't speak today. We're sorry. Well,
I can never speak, but
the last two episodes, we're not rushing through them. We've been doing a lot of mini podcasts up to this point, so this one and the last one will be a little bit more extended if you haven't noticed. But what do y'all think makes Hocus Pocus so, I don't know, iconic at this point?
Well, I think just the fact that it does appeal to both adults and children. So, the whole family can sit down and everyone enjoy the movie.
Right.
The fact that it has some, quote-unquote scary elements like Billy, but it's not so scary that it would scare a child away from watching it.
Right.
But it's very well-rounded in that aspect. That it has some charm and some funny humor that mostly for the adults. But then it also appeals to just everything that a kid is looking for in a movie like that.
Yeah.
Without being too scary.
Yeah, it's definitely the comedy aspect of it and the fact that the witches aren't you find yourself kind of rooting for them in a way because they are charming, they're funny, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So they're not standoffish, oh, I can't wait for them to get rid of the witches. As a matter of fact, it's the opposite way. It's you don't hate the kids. It's just you don't find the witches to be, those characters that you don't want to see. You know what I mean? You want to see them. So I think you have to give credit to the actors